Well, well, well. Ain't that a bitch? You take a chainsaw to the American people's lives, and guess what happens? You lose. Democrats swept all elections last night. All elections that mattered last night, the Democrats just swept them all. Oh, I'm going to unpack all of that for y'all. But first, just a quick reminder, hit the subscribe button and enable notifications. It really helps us bring you more stories like this. This is Cameron Williams, and welcome to Pragmore's News. Democrats took it all last night. Race after race after race. So, here are the most notable ones. Democrat Abigail Spanberger is the governor-elect of Virginia. She beats Republican Winsome Earl Sears. Next is Mikey Sherrill, the Democrat in that race for New Jersey's governorship. She won over Republican Jack Ciattarelli. Jay Jones wins Virginia AG race, and Democrats won among other key races in Virginia. You got the lieutenant governorship that flipped to blue, and the Democrats expanded their majority in the Virginia House of Delegates. Prop 50 passed in California. That's allowing Gavin Newsom and the Democrats in California to redistrict to counter what Texas did. Democrats could gain upwards of 5 seats from that, from redistricting in California. And the biggest one of all, Zohran Mamdani defeated Andrew Cuomo in the New York City mayor's race. He is elected the 111th mayor of New York City. He is now mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani. What a night for the Democrats. MAGA is scared, and they are crashing out hard over this. And I love to see it. Take a look.
Congratulations to Zohran Mamdani.
Well, you can't imagine how disappointed I am. This is a horrible blow.
I honestly feel bad. I have friends of mine in New York. My phone is blowing up. They are officially depressed and scared.
And this was also a hostile takeover by the Democratic Socialists of America.
Oh, bitch.
This is a crazy situation. It's a very, very sad night.
Made him the stylish candidate as
Exactly.
well.
The rapping video.
The cool kid.
Older people. This isn't just Gen Z or Gen X.
I agree with you. 100%.
Boomers and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I see this as a disaster for New York City. And
Zohran Mamdani. All right. Well, I want to bring in our panel. They'll cheer me up. They'll cheer all of us up.
I don't know what the hell is it with them. Every time somebody has a name that is exotic to them, they can't seem to figure out how to pronounce it. I think they really doing that shit out of spite. His name is Zohran Mamdani. It is not that hard to say. If I could say that with my New Orleans accent, which makes it really hard to say some shit sometimes, then y'all could say it. Her name is Kamala Harris, and his name is Zohran Mamdani. It is not that hard. Y'all just trying to act a ass. Do better. So, y'all, it's clear. Democrats swept all major races last night, and it is a huge deal because these races act as a bellwether to elections to come, like in 2026. In 2028. This is why MAGA is crashing all over this. They see the writing on the wall, and Trump does too. That's why he is now pressuring the GOP to reopen the government, because he knows it's hurting them. Now, let me give you a backstory. Let's look back at 2020 because it could give us some information as to why these wins for the Democrats is such a big deal. So, what happened in 2020? Joe Biden wins the presidency, and the Democrats win the House and the Senate. So, fast forward to the 2021 off-year elections. We was at this point in Joe Biden's term, the same exact point we're at now in Trump's term. The first year in the first elections since inauguration. So, 2021 off-year elections, Republican Glenn Youngkin won the governor's race in Virginia over Democrat Terry McAuliffe. And look what happened in 2022. Yes, it was better than expected for the Democrats. The Democrats was actually able to expand the Senate majority, but the Democrats lost the House. That's how long Republicans have been in control of the House of Representatives. Nah, and that's crazy because we got rid of Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, so didn't have them stymieing Joe Biden's agenda anymore. But as soon as they was gone, that's when Republicans took control of the House, and that's when Joe Biden couldn't really do much else legislatively. Then we all know what happened in 2024. Donald Trump won, Kamala Harris lost, the Republicans took control over everything. So a lot of information can be gathered from these off-year elections. So this is what I take from it. Nobody else is really drawing this comparison fully. They're not fully drawing the comparison, but I am. Democrats are likely going to have a good outcome from the midterms in 2026. Remember, even if the Democrats don't win an outright majority in 2026 in the Senate, it will set the Democrats up nicely to win a good majority in 2028 in the Senate. The House is a little up in the air because of these redistricting. I'm confident that the Democrats can out redistrict the Republicans because Democrats have a lot of high electoral vote, high population states where they have a lot more seats to tinker with, like California versus Texas, for example. California has 54 electoral votes. Texas has 40, which means California has 52 congressional seats and 2 Senate seats. And Texas has 2 Senate seats and 38 congressional seats. So California has more seats to play with than Texas does. And that's the same story for a lot of other states. Illinois, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, all have more electoral votes than states like Missouri or whatever other state tries to help the Republicans by redistricting. The Democrats really do have an opportunity to out redistrict the Republicans. That's just some food for thought. Now, let's talk about Zohran Mamdani. Progressives and leftists should be ecstatic about this. The New York City mayoral election, of course, elected Zohran Mamdani, and it was an upset victory. It took the Democratic establishment, him running in the first place and winning the party nomination, took the Democratic establishment by surprise. They didn't think it would happen. And, of course, Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo didn't want to give it up. They didn't want to give up the race. And all of that was for nothing because they lost in the general. And now Zohran is the mayor-elect. This proves people are ready for progressive politics. The Democratic Party needs to recognize and embrace leftist policies. People want health care for all. People want the wealthy to pay their fair share. People want affordable housing. So Democrats, run on that. It's time out for being scared. We need to draft our own big, beautiful bill. Call it the bigger, beautiful bill if we want to be childish like the Republicans. Just to stick it to them. We should call it the bigger, beautiful bill. And it should include a full repeal of everything in their big, ugly ass bill. And it should be a repeal of the tax code. And we should write a completely new tax code that prioritizes the middle class and the working class and not the top 1%. And the rest of the bill should have Medicare for all, universal child care, universal elder care, and everything else we could think of. People need more than Trump bad, Democrat good. And that's all that the Democratic Party has really been saying for a couple of cycles now. It's been, you can't elect him. He would be bad for the country. He'd be, okay, that's all fine, well, and good. But we need tangible policies. And those are good, tangible policies to run on and actually do if we get the House and the Senate by a big enough majority to actually be able to do that. So Donald Trump has been having a tantrum and is now calling for the end of the filibuster to enact his agenda after last night's blue wave. So I'm calling for Democrats to match that energy in 2028. We will have the majorities if we play our cards right. So we need to use it and get rid of the filibuster, whether or not they do it, so that they can't minority rule us into losing another election. We need to pass our whole agenda, everything, without any input from the Republicans, because all they do is obstruct and destroy. They ruined the Affordable Care Act. Yes, the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare, since Republicans don't seem to understand the difference anymore. They think that they think that the Affordable Care Act is different from Obamacare. That is two separate things. No, it's the same thing. Like, I can't believe they don't know that, but whatever. The Democrats was debating on that and writing it back in 2009 and before the midterms, obviously. Democrats had damn near 60 senators in the U.S. House, the U.S. Senate, and had a supermajority in the House. And the Democrats didn't need Republicans' help on any of that. All they had to do was get rid of the filibuster and pass it. They made the Democrats kowtow to them, and then they didn't vote for the bill. They made them take out the public option. They made them take out a whole bunch of other stuff that would have effectively made it healthcare for all. That's what it was supposed to be. And the Republicans made them take it out. And then none of them voted for the bill. And they spent the years after that beating the Democrats over the head with it, saying this is terrible, this is terrible. But the holes and problems with the Affordable Care Act, the Republicans put in, that was the concessions to get it passed. Whereas if the Democrats had just gotten rid of the filibuster, then they could have passed it with whatever they wanted in it. So we need to match that energy in 2028 and do exactly that. Do not let these Republicans stop us from doing what should be done for the American people. And once the American people see the policies, they're not going to want to go back to them. That's the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats. The Democrats could win on their own merit. The Democrats could run and win on their record if all of this was passed and done. Whereas the Republicans, they have to obstruct and destroy everything the Democrats do and cause a problem to run on, and also cheat by gerrymandering and doing voter suppression laws in their states. That's how Republicans get into power and hold on to that power. So I'm going to close with this. Last night proves that there is nothing they can do to cheat. There is no change in votes. There is no hacking the machines. Americans went out and they voted, and their voices were heard. We fought last night, and we won. That proves that when we fight, we win. We can do it again in 2026 and 2028 and beyond. We can't lose the faith, because that's when, that right there is when we lose and they win. That's all for now. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow at Pragmotive News everywhere to stay Pragmotivated. Also, remember you can find us across major platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, and iHeartRadio, so that you can listen to us even when you're on the go. So head on over there now and follow us and leave a review. It really helps us out. And until next time, peace.